You acting like you a big boy.
Dun, 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 dun. Make some noise. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back, folks. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Let's get ready for some live streaming. Folks, you got D-Cypher here, and we are live. And tonight, we are working on the Renfield, Bring Me Innocent Victims review. And boy, it sucks to be him. Alright, let's get started, folks. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is a live stream where we just sit, we chat, we talk, we hang out, we do whatever. And we're gonna, actually do some homework too, because we got to talk about the movie of the question. So, last night, I just saw Renfield, and usually I try to do the review like the same night, but I was tired and I had work in the morning, so I was like, alright, I'll just do it tomorrow. So that's tomorrow, which is today. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. So we're doing our yesterday's tomorrow homework, and we're doing the Renfield review. So let's start with the title. Renfield. That's how he said it. He said it like that every time he was mentioning his name. By the way, that's going to get... Oh, we got Ben Head in the chat. What's up, Ben? That's how he said his name every time. Renfield. I can't wait to talk about this movie. We're gonna get to it. So we're going to put our title, Renfield review, and then another thing that I like to do, I like to immortalize the chat. You like that word? I like that word because it feels like it fits to what we're talking about. Vampires are immortal. And by the way, let's talk about vampires. In fact, I'm about to get in the chat with y'all. Let me test this out because I'm using Restream, so I should be able to chat with both audiences, my YouTube chat and my Twitch chat. Get it? I said sup suckers because vampires suck. Y'all get that? I like that. Sup suckers. I don't know what pops up when I do it because it says restream.io, so I don't know if it's gonna put like my name or just restream bot. But whatevs. I'll go back and look. We got no time for editing. We're just having fun tonight. We're just doing it live. Screw it. We'll do it live. And yes, I'm going to immortalize the chat. So that's what this SPE is. Let's finish spelling that out. This is our special thanks section. It's like movie credits, so it's a special thanks for anybody who wants to join in the chat, and you'll be immortalized in the video's description and on the website too, because there's a site, by the way, cypherspit.com. Shout out to cypherspit.com for letting me do this. So let's go to anybody who leaves a comment or chat. And up top, got my man Ben here, representing the East Side, Eastern Time Zone, East Coast, hopefully, maybe Midwest. No, actually Midwest, that's something different. And then if it was the Central Standard Time, that would be like Chicago. I'm trying to guess the state. Don't tell me. I want to make a guess. You can give me hints, but I'm going to guess it. Don't tell me the state. Virginia. I already know it's Virginia. What if it is Virginia? Then I'm like, oh, fucking, he's going to be like, what? How'd you know that? That's crazy. It's Virginia. I know it is. West Virginia? Could it be? Could it be West Virginia? Who knows? Ben, you from West Virginia? Yeah. This is not West Virginia. He said no. Oh, man. All right, let's go to our pros and cons. All right, so where's my phone at? Uh-oh. Because I wrote down my notes. Uh-oh. Where's my phone? Oh, hold on, folks. Left my phone in the other room. I'm back. Alright, just pulling out the old handy dandy notebook and seeing what I wrote down. Oh, yes. Here we go. Funny AF. And if you don't know what AF stands for and you're 13 years old, I want you to ask your adult parents what does funny AF mean and tell them Cypher told you to ask. But when they ask you who Cypher say, that's Mr. Beast, just say Mr. Beast told them to ask, because they don't know me yet. Just tell them Mr. Beast said I should ask my parents what does funny AF mean. All right, so that's number 1 pro. I'm going to put this as a pro, but for some folks, this is not a pro at all. But the movie was graphic and gory, and let me go off on a quick tangent and explain to you something. This film, I'm gonna give you a little spoiler, was a good film. Up top, I'm sorry, I'm letting you know right now, this was a good film, but I'm afraid that it's not going to get a sequel because these crazy folks didn't put so much money into the CGI. So it was like funny seeing somebody blow up and blood coming out, and it was graphic, of course. And then there's one scene where hold on, no spoilers. I mean, usually in the live stream I do spoilers, but in the full video I don't do spoilers. But I'm not going to do a spoiler right now. There's some scenes that were like very graphic, not like graphic like nudity, but graphic like gory, like seeing people, you know, dismembered and cut open and their intestines coming out. And I'm like, that's a lot of money for special effects right there. So I found out that this had a budget of $65 million, which sounds like a lot, but sounds like not a lot compared to a Marvel movie. But let me tell you, this ain't no Marvel movie. So this film so far this weekend has only made $900,000. That is so far below bad. That's like war crime. Nah, it's not war crime. War crime was yesterday. Ben knows about this story. This is an inside story. War crime was yesterday with that pot. What I did with that frying pan. That was a war crime. This, let me put hashtag war crime in the chat. Oopsies, hitting the wrong thing. See what that circulates when you put that up there. Hashtag war crime. That was a war crime yesterday. What I did, allegedly. Well, no, I did do it, but I didn't do it intentionally. That pot could go in the oven. Don't worry about that. That pot was allowed to go in there. But yeah, it was graphic and gory, and it had a budget of $65 million. Let me see. Oh, that might be a new section where I talk about the budget. I like podcasts, so this is almost turning into a secret podcast. And the reason why I say secret, so on Twitch I let the video stay up until Twitch deletes it, and then later on I'll come back and I'll put them on YouTube, where you can watch it like live on YouTube if you want to hang out with me. But then I'll put it in a Patreon exclusive like little playlist. But budget of $65 million. Now let's look up the current box office, because we're going to see how it's doing. Well, when I copy and paste this in, you're going to be like, yeesh. Alright, hold on. Let me ask this in the chat. Before I put in the current box office, does anybody have any guesses? Before I put in the current box office, does anybody have any guesses? I already know what it is, and wait till you see what it is. Man. Let me space that out a bit. No, because yeah, this is the title, special thanks, and then you're attached to that. And then this is our budget. Or sorry, budget of 65, box office of, alright, I'm gonna count down from 10 and I'm gonna just post it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, we gotta guess. 2 mil. That's a good guess. 3, 2, bam. Very close. That was a very good guess. It made 3.1 million. So it's got a long way to go. Opening weekend, it should have made 15. But I enjoyed it. So that was just something I wanted to say up top. 13. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. We got somebody else in the chat. Let me add you in there. Star Girl. That's lowercase. Star Girl. What is that? Is that a baby crying? This person's on Twitch. So, Ben, you're not going to be able to see it. It's like a baby crying face. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, the box office was only 3.1 million, so it's got a long way for it to go. And the budget is usually double, or what it needs to make is usually double, because the budget is what they paid the actors, the staff, and crew, and the special effects people, but then it also probably spent 5 million, maybe really more than that. It probably spent 30 million on advertising this movie, because this movie had a lot of ads. I seen a lot of ads for this movie. And I'm gonna tell you another story. I went to see Paint before I saw this movie. God, I hated Paint. This movie was better. I just don't think it's gonna make enough money to get a sequel, and I thought it was fun. I think they should get a sequel. Here's a con that I had about the movie. The action was good, and it had a nice use of slow motion, but it was a bit, action scenes were a bit shaky and messed up good, or I guess not, I don't want to say scenes twice. Action scenes were a bit shaky and messed up good scenes. When I do the actual scripting, I won't say scenes twice, because that's just bad grammar. Oh, it was the quick edits. That's what I put. I said the quick edits really fucked up good action scenes. So it was the quick edits. So I'll make it a separate thing. It was those, like, it would jump cut between you punching somebody and then them punching you. You punching somebody, then them punching you. Trying to make the action feel fast paced, which it does give it a fast paced feel, because he's supposed to be supernatural, but it's too much. It's too much. Slow down. They used slow-mo, which made it good. So it had both things, where the action was moving fast and then slowing down on some of these really gruesome parts. But I don't know. All that quick editing stuff, I didn't like it. The quick editing. Oh, the caps lock on. I'm just gonna put good fights, not good scenes. There we go. So those are my only notes, which, that's it. Those are my only notes. Now, let's go at our tagline, and I'm gonna just be lazy and say sucks to be him, because I'm not gonna come up with anything better than that. I can't say this movie sucks, because that would make sense if it sucked, but it doesn't suck. Well played. Yeah, that was well played. Thank you. Sucks to be him. I'm typing not looking at the keyboard, because I got two monitors, so I'm looking to the left, which means I'm typing blindly, and I'm putting in a whole bunch of the wrong stuff. So this is our intro. We do our teaser clip from the trailer. Then our intro. Let me get into the feel of what we want to talk about with the intro. Nicolas Cage. I don't even care about talking about Nicholas Hoult. He's the main character too, but this is a Nick Cage movie for sure. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Will the Count? He's Count Dracula, yeah. Will the Count hook his fangs? Oh, let me write this down. Now, mind you, I don't know how to spell Nicholas. Don't at me. Nicholas. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get. It's Dracula. That's probably about right. That's probably about how you spell it. Will the Count be able to hook his fangs into you? I want to say your heart, but again, that's reminds me too close of what I said in the Scream. If you watch the Scream review, I said Ghostface is back, baby. Will he be able to cause a knife wound into your heart? But I do want to just still say that. All right, let me think. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Will the Count be able to hook his fangs into you, or does this film suck? I'm getting there. Workshopping that. Will the Count be able to hook his fangs to you, or I'm too silly. Or does this film suck something else? Can't say that. Can't say that. That ain't advertiser friendly. That ain't advertiser friendly. Or does this film suck balls? That's getting there. Or does Renfield suck? No, I don't want to say the name of it yet. Or does this movie suck? Or does this movie just plain suck? That's a little bit better. Or does this movie just plain suck? Or does this movie just plain suck? It's not the best, but that's getting there. That's better. Let's find out. Then it's the call to action. Lately, I've been doing something different with the does this suck neck? Instead of saying does this movie suck balls, does this movie just suck neck? That one's good too. Or does this movie suck just, or I can't say just plain neck. Or does this movie suck neck? That might work. I can probably squeeze that in there. Let me see. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Will the Count be able to hook his fangs into you, or does this movie suck neck? Does this movie suck neck? That's getting there too. Makes me think of Twilight. You know, I'd be like, oh, you're sucking face like they're kissing. Or does this movie suck neck? Suck neck. I have a little bit of an accent. Am I cussing? Because that sounds like I'm cussing. Oh, Lord. I can't say suck neck. Because, no, I can. Okay, neck. Enunciate. I got to get the word clearly. Because if I mumble through that, like a mumble rapper, suck neck, suck my neck. I can't do that. Can't risk it. Suck my neck. Nah, that's gonna get me canceled before I even get started. It's gonna get me early canceled. It's gonna get me canceled. Suck a neck. You can suck my neck. Next time somebody talking crap about you, say suck my neck. And they gonna be like, what you say to me? Suck my neck. You heard me. They gonna be like, what? What did you just say to me? Suck my neck. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. That's funny. All right. So what I was saying, back to the review, what I was saying about the call to action, I did something different with Paint and with Mario. Instead of using the normal speech like, oh yeah, if you could subscribe to me, blah, 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 blah. I just did it where I used Mario's, the song where he gets killed, like, boo, 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 that one. And then with the Paint, I did the wow, because that was funny. We had to do that. I did wow. So with this call to action, I don't know what I'm going to do to make it stand out besides the Renfield thing, because that's funny. All right. This movie, I'm sorry, let me put the name of it now. Renfield was balls to the wall fun. Wait. There it is. Renfield was balls to the walls fun. Okay, this is how I know I didn't grow up. Why am I talking like this? Balls to the walls? Balls to the wall? Yes, balls to the wall. To the window, to the walls. Something like that. Renfield was balls out fun. Can I say that? Balls out fun? That's kind of makes a little bit more sense. Balls to the wall is just, that's like a child. Balls to the wall. Renfield was balls out fun. But now I'm expecting balls. Like, this isn't, what's that comedian guy, Bert, I forgot his name now. Bert Streisand? Whatever. Isn't not a movie like that. He's pulling his balls out. Alright, rambling, let me see. Renfield was over the top fun. There it is. That's right there. Renfield was over the top fun. Renfield was over the top fun. Nicolas Cage was in his happy place playing such a weird character. Nicolas, probably spelled it wrong. Nicolas Cage was in his happy place playing the Lord of Darkness himself. His presence on screen was somehow both funny and nerve-wracking. Well, not nerve-wracking, but intimidating. Funny and powerful. It was like threatening. He was intimidating. Was both funny, because he was funny because it's Nicolas Cage, but he was still a threat. Like, he was hamming it up, but it was good. His presence on screen was somehow both funny and intimidating. I don't know, they kind of contradict with each other. His presence on screen was somehow both funny or both intimidating and fun. No, it was both funny and menacing. Menacing. Well, he wasn't menacing. He wasn't like a menace. He was a threat. Yeah, it was both funny and imposing. There it is. I want to say it's fresh. I don't think we've seen Dracula as a hermit. Like, you know how Dracula's usually running the show and he has a whole bunch of other little vampire underlings. In this one, it was just Dracula and Renfield. Like, he was, Renfield, do this for me, do that for me, do this for me. I'm going to just be chilling here. So, slight spoiler if you didn't know that based on the trailer. But yeah, his take on Dracula as a hermit was fresh, and his performance was campy, but in a good way. His performance was campy, but in a good way. It wasn't like super campy either. It was campy, but in all the best ways. Alright, let me talk about Nicholas Hoult. Just gonna copy and paste the spelling of his name because I'm spelling. Oh wait, wait a second. I spelled Nicolas Cage wrong, but Nicholas Hoult spells his name the way I was spelling Nicolas Cage. That's funny, and I'm so dumb. Whatever. Let's put some spacing in there. Nicholas Hoult. He was serviceable. He was the lead. Let me think of some kind words. I didn't really have any notes on him. It was just fine. His performance was fine. It didn't blow me away. He was lovable. I'll say that. He was lovable as our lead. As our unwitting... Well, he was our lead. Our unwitting... He was lovable as Dracula's unwitting... Dracula... familiar. Or vampire familiar, just in case you gotta put that. Because if you just say familiar, it might confuse people. Nicholas Hoult was lovable as Dracula's unwitting vampire familiar. The movie ties the story together with themes of dependency. Spelling that all wrong. Who cares? When I read the script, I'll know what it means. The movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationship. Dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a fun look into the world of the vampires. A fun look, and that was a different look into the vampire world. The movie ties the story together with themes of themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a different take on the world of vampires. I don't want to say it serves the genre well. It was good. All right, let me read that sentence out loud. The movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a different take on the world of vampires. That was a fresh take. Let me think. Vampire movie where they talked about dependency. I mean, they're always dependent, but they don't talk about, like, he went to an AA meeting or whatever kind of meeting was. Sorry for my phone vibrating. And abusive relationships. Yeah, I'm going to say it was a fresh take. Alright, the movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a fresh take. I don't want to repeat myself because I said fresh. And that was a interesting take. Hold on. Different word. Give me a second. The movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was an interesting take on the world of vampires, and that was a unique, I guess unique's not the exact word I wanted, but I'll take it. Unique. Spelling that wrong too. Who cares? The movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a unique take. Oh, way off over here. And that was a unique take on the world of vampires. That sentence could be better, but that's what I got for right now. Back to my notes. What else? Funny as fuck. Did I talk about that? It was over the top fun. He's imposing. It's fresh in performance. Overall, the movie was super funny. Oh, Ben Sports was hilarious. Overall, the movie was super funny. Ben. See, I got the cast list name up now so I can see how to spell all their names. God dang it. This vibration. Put my phone on silent. Jeez. Overall, the movie was super funny. Ben Schwartz. And I have it right in front of me and I still spelled his name wrong. Jeez. Aquafina. Here we go. A-K-A-W-K-W-A-F-I-N-A. Fun spelling. Overall, the movie was super funny. Ben Schwartz and Aquafina killed it in their roles, and I wanted to see more of their characters. Characters. That's pretty much it. Let me go back up, check my notes. Pros, funny as fuck. Graphic and gory. Oh, I gotta talk about the graphics. The CGI, the fight scenes. Alright, let me see how I'm gonna word it. The fighting scenes were, I can't say quick, because they also had slow motion in them. The fighting scenes were graphic and gory. That's what I will say. Or the action scenes. I think that's how you word that as a professional. The action scenes were graphic and gory with, or no, the action scenes were, cause I want to say they were like fast and furious. That's cliche. The action scenes were graphic and gory. The action scenes with an S were graphic and gory with Mortal Kombat style kills. Mortal Kombat style kills and some quick editing that will leave your head spinning. Alright, that's solid. That's my thoughts. That's pretty solid. Now let's see. Pros, graphic as fuck. Funny as fuck, graphic and gory. Action seems a bit shaky. The quick editing really messed up good fights. And then I kind of put that in there too. Alright, bet. Now let's get to my verdict. Let me think. My usual verdicts are: this is better if you're texting, this is a fun time, no texting required, add to the collection. I think those are my 3 ranking systems right now. So let me write them down. This is how I'm gonna do it. This was a good time if you're texting. This was a good time if you're scrolling. That's what it is. And then the other one is what's the other one? So it's a good time, no texting required. Alright, so let's see. These are the 3 pre-rating systems I have, because I do a scale of 1 to 10, or I guess a 10-point system, or well, if I have half points in it, it's a 20-point system. So the pre-rating kind of gives you an idea of what's the vibe. Oh, and the recommendation. Did I recommend this? Alright, so we do recommendations first. So it goes recommendation. So you got three choices when it comes to recommendations. It goes general audience. Spelled that wrong, don't worry. If you like the actor slash director or genre, like the actor slash director slash genre, and then it's don't recommend. I think it is, yeah. I told you one of these days I'm gonna just switch to Google Docs and have it auto-correct my spelling, but don't worry about that for right now. So do I recommend this for a general audience, if you only like specifically the genre, the actor or director, or don't recommend? I definitely recommend it, so that's out. General audience, I feel like general audiences could find this funny. Like, you don't gotta just like Nicholas Hoult. You don't think general? You said maybe not general? No? Because I don't think you need to specifically like Nicolas Cage. I think that is a big factor in it. Because if you like Nicolas Cage, you're going to see almost everything. So that's a big factor in it, I'm thinking. Nicholas Hoult, he was Beast. He was in other things. I just remember Beast from X-Men right now. He was in The Menu from last year, but I know a lot of people probably didn't see that. He was in other things too. I can't remember. Oh, he's in Mad Max. He was the crackhead in Mad Max, spraying himself with the white, I don't know what it was, motor fluid. So he was in Mad Max. He's not really, I don't know if he's a box office draw. That's why I've only talked about Nicolas Cage. I'm thinking genre, yeah. I'm trying to talk myself out of it, but yeah, if you're a fan of the genre, 100%, you're gonna want to see this because it's vampires. All right, it is probably genre. Let me think. A general audience member, would they go to see this? I feel like general audience would be like my wife. If she would go see this, babe, what you doing? She's sleeping. She trying to get the baby to sleep. Can't even bother her. I probably gotta go actor, director, genre. I need a little sign. Yeah, we're gonna pick that. Alright, so I'm gonna recommend it only to if you're a fan of the actor. I'll reword that in a different way. So you should go see this if you're a fan of vampire movies or Nicolas Cage. Oh, bet. Yeah, that's exactly what I'll say. You should go see this movie if you're a fan of vampire movies or Nicolas Cage. Bam. I need to write that down as a note to myself. I believe that's how he spells his name. You should go see this movie if you're a fan of vampires or Nicolas Cage. Then I go to the verdict. This was a good time. I'm gonna say probably no texting required. Would I add this to my collection? See, I watch a bunch of movies, so I would. But I'm trying to think of the general, like the more specific audience. I don't know if they would add it to their collection. It's funny though. It's really funny. That's the thing. Funny movies can go in your collection. Like this one movie I have called, I think it's called Your Highness. And it's Danny McBride and who's the guy that played in the original Spider-Man movies? He got canceled for a little bit too, and he was friends with Seth Rogen. Gosh, I cannot remember his name right now. He was in Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and he played Harry Osborn. And I'm just gonna probably Google this because I'm not going without getting his name. Dang, he's a famous actor too, and his name just escapes me. Come on, give me his name. It's not gonna give me his damn name. Oh, James Franco. God damn it. James Franco. That's what I was trying to say. James Franco. So it's James Franco and in fact, I should be able to pull it up. Let me see something. If I download the poster, let me go to, so you can see what I'm talking about. This is young stuff. Like it's the most immature, dumb movie, but I like fantasy films. Hold on, I'm gonna download it right now. Don't even trip. Watch this. Your Highness. I just want to show you guys this movie that I'm talking about. Talking about this thing right here. Dang, why does it come up so big? This movie was hilarious. This is in my collection. That's how you know I just collect dumb stuff. Because I just like comedies. And I like it when they subvert the genre. Like, this is, you know how they have fantasy movies that are supposed to be serious and you go on a quest and blah, blah, blah. I like it when it's just dumb funny. Like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to go on a quest, but it's ridiculous. So, Your Highness was just a dumb, ridiculous movie. I like funny stuff. Like, I want to be laughing when I go to the movie theaters. You ain't got to be all serious all the time. Why so serious? I do like serious movies, too. How did I have this? Thought I fit it all in last time. That's what she said. Yeah, whatever. That's going to be like that. All right. So, back to here. This is a good film. Or did I delete the other one? Oh, that's fine. This is a good film. No texting required. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do no texting required. Because I want add to your collection to be like, why so serious for a film? Alright. So this is a good film. And then let's get to the score. So that's our verdict. I guess verdict is the score. I'm going to give Renfield. Shoot, I haven't actually thought about the score. It's like a 7 or 8. Let me pull up the old handy dandy IGN review score. Why does it keep taking me to the wrong thing? Oh, I messed up my home thing, that's why. Okay. IGN review scale. I was like wondering why I keep pressing the button. So a 7 is good. Yeah, I think it's definitely good. Great. I don't know if it's great. IGN's a lifesaver, not that a vampire needs a lifesaver. Yeah, vampires, they lost their life a long time ago. They're dead. You know, technically vampires are zombies. I want you to know that. Because they have to suck the life out of another creature in order to live. Just saying. Vampires is zombies with a bad skin condition. So zombies have to eat brains, which is hilarious. Vampires have to eat blood or drink blood. So it's kind of the same. They're both undead. Didn't know that, did you? Fun facts. You learn a lot from watching Cypher's Pit. Tell that to your kids and tell that to your parents, and also ask them what does funny AF mean. Specifically that one first. Mommy, what does funny AF mean? All right, let me get back to it. So yeah, I'd probably give it a 7, maybe a 7.5. I thought it was really good. Like, it's funny. I'd watch it again. Like, if my friends wanted to watch it, I'd watch it again. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm always too nice with my reviews, too favorable. I mean, except for Paint and 65. I gave those both bad scores because I think that they both weren't good at all. Alright, I'm going to give Renfield 7.5 bite wounds, 7.5 bloodsuckers, 7.5 bite marks. You can't, that's whack. 7.5 fangs. Feels weird to say that. I could say 7.5 Draculas. Count Draculas? Probably. Probably not. 7.5. It's always weird because when I give it a half score, then it's like, why would you have half of a Dracula or half of a Fang? Like, I think John Wick, I gave it like 8.5 bullet wounds. And how do you get a half a bullet wound? But whatever. I'm going to give Renfield 7.5 Count Draculas. I don't know. That's probably not my best one. Count Draculas. And I keep hitting the caps lock key. 7.5 Count Draculas out of 10. Oh, 7.5 pints out of 10. That's actually pretty good too. In text format though, because then it looks, if you write it out, it looks like you missed the O. Wait, Human body has 10 pints of blood. Did not know that. Well, what if I do 7.5 pints of blood? 7.5 pints. Somebody watching might not know the pints of blood out of 10, so I like that if we specify the pints. I'm gonna give Renfield 7.5 pints of blood. There it is, pints of blood. Oops, pints of blood out of 10. Bam. Then there's the wrap up. What did you think of spelling everything wrong? So what did you think of Renfield? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Oops. Did you even see it? Did you even see it? You know what's funny? Before I wrap this video up, tell your parents that I will. First of all, I won't, because if I call my mom telling her that, she's gonna be like, why you telling me this? And then she's gonna be like, you saw Renfield without me? Because she got a movie pass too, but she lives far from me, an hour away, and we already were supposed to see Scream together, but I can't wait for her to do these movie reviews, so I see every movie early, and then she's like, well, why you ain't take me? And I'm like, you live far now. So I can't tell where I got that information from, but like pints of blood, I was just talking about blood. Doesn't have nothing to do with vampires or vampire movies that may or may not have come out. But yeah, she missed it. She was supposed to see Scream. I saw Scream. I did the review, but I was supposed to take her to see Scream, and then we were supposed to see Dungeons and Dragons. Obviously, I saw all these movies. Yet another war crime. Oh dang! I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. Yo, she's so far, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Also, yesterday, no, what's today? Today's Saturday. Yesterday, when I went to go see Renfield, we were supposed to go see Scream. It's like a late showing because it was getting ready to leave the movie theaters because all these other movies came out, Mafia Mama, blah, 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 who cares? So she canceled because she had a headache, so it's her fault on that one, because we were finally going to see Scream, which came out obviously in April, because we're late, but that's her fault. She missed it. She wasn't feeling good. I got a headache too, so we definitely got that in common. We just get headaches. I'm pushing through it. No worries. All right, audience question. Ooh, what's your favorite vampire movie? And if you say Twilight, I'm blocking you. I should put that. Audience, I'm spelling that wrong. Spelling all of it wrong. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, I can get that right. That one I at least know. I gotta say something funny. I was thinking of it in my head too as I was typing it. That's why I couldn't type it and think it at the same time. And if you say Twilight, I'm gonna find you, knock on your door, make you sign a. I like Twilight New Moon actually. I ain't gonna lie though. You know, Twilight came out when I was reaching my adolescence, so I liked Kristen Stewart. I was like, okay, I can get behind this. Like I can get behind that. And then I think New Moon was the second one. Then Taylor Lautner came, and I was Team Jacob. I was like, okay, let's go. What he gonna do for you? Talking about what's the other guy? Edward. What Eddie gonna do for you? Remember she was in the igloo. This might be New Moon. This might be one of the other ones because I don't remember them that well. But it was one scene where it was really cold, and I think it was all three of them in a tent. I'm gonna say igloo because that's what my brain remembers. They were in an igloo, and the vampire Edward Cullen, he's already cold because he's a vampire. He got no blood or something like that. So when Bella was cold, she was like, I'm cold. Or she's like, brr, brr. And then Jacob was like, let me take my shirt off and warm it up in here. He took his shirt off, and then I guess she was already dating Edward, but Edward's like, go ahead, it's cool. He's a real chill guy. He's like, go ahead, do what you want to do, boo. And so she was like, all right, I'm gonna hug up on this muscly guy right in front of your face. Oh my gosh. I was like, yo, Team Jacob for the win. Let's go. He just put a power move on you, son. He just put a power move on you. I want to say that was New Moon. Does that scene sound familiar? And I know there was one scene where I think also a New Moon, Edward broke up with her, but she kept seeing Edward when she would do reckless stuff. So she was like riding motorcycles, and she would see Edward in her head, like, oh yeah, I'm just doing this just because I want to see Edward. So if that was New Moon, that was cold. Yeah, that was a cold ass move. But she would see Edward in her head when she was doing reckless stuff. So I low key actually don't mind Twilight. I don't know if I remember the books too well. I say movie, it don't matter. I'm thinking of the books. But the movies, yeah. The only one I don't remember is Breaking Dawn. It should be 3, right? It's Twilight, New Moon, and Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Part 2. I think that's it. Breaking Dawn Part 2, I don't remember. I think that's when I stopped watching them. I saw 1, 2, and 3. Because it was a big old fight scene between let's call them Vittori. I don't know what they were called. But then I think Part 2, they were getting married or some stuff. So I don't remember seeing Part 2. Anyway, and if you say Twilight, I'm going to find you, knock on your door, and make you watch all 3 movies with me. That's the best I got. Hold on, my voice. Excuse me. And if you say Twilight, I'm going to find you, knock on your door. Or if I say kick the door down, that'll set them up for the joke better. Kick your door down. Hold on. Let's fix this. And if you say Twilight, I'm going to find you, kick your door down, and make you binge watch all the movies with me. I don't know. That's trying to make it sound like it's you're threatening. He's like, oh, you actually like it. That's the joke. That's the setup for the joke. All right. So that's the painter. Oh, then I guess do I add a little bit about me? Probably not. I think the review's gonna be long enough. I say, what's your favorite vampire movie? And if you say Twilight, I'm gonna find you, knock on the door. And then outro time, because that audience question kind of also fills in the part where you add a little bit about yourself, like so the audience knows about you, so they think that it's a joke, but then they realize, oh, you do actually like Twilight. So I guess that kind of fits that thing. Now let's get to the outro. Check out our thoughts. That might be too much. For more news and movie reviews, check out our thoughts on Paint with Owen Wilson. Wow. For everything else, I think that might be too silly to put in, but I'm going to do it. Maybe not Paint, right? Suggest the Mario one. Yeah, let's go back to suggesting Mario. We'll drop Mario. Check out our thoughts on Mario. For more news and movie reviews, check out our thoughts on the Super. I think I put the full title of the movie so you can get the clicks correct. The Super Mario Brothers. It's spelled like this. Movie. For more news and movie reviews, check out our thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie. And for everything else, you're already in the right place. CPG. As if they don't know where they're at, I tell them. I remind them where they're at. They're on the channel, CPG. Alright, so let's do a reading. Where's my mouse? Okay, here we go. And then go from there. You guys get to hear it first. This is the review. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicholas. Oh, shoot. I hit the mic a little bit. Sorry. I know that probably caused some feedback. My bad. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Will the Count be able to hook his fangs into you, or does this movie just plain suck? Let's find out. Renfield was over the top fun. Nicolas Cage was in his happy place playing the Lord of Darkness himself. His presence on screen was somehow both funny and imposing. His take on Dracula as a hermit was fresh and his performance was campy, but in all the best ways. Nicholas Hoult was lovable as Dracula's unwitting vampire familiar. First of all, quick timeout. I don't really write much about him at all. Like I said, he was in the movie, but I didn't care. I cared about Nicolas Cage, so sorry that basically talking about this is a nothing sentence. That's a nothing sentence. I'm sorry, that's a nothing sentence. That can really be cut for time if the editor wants to get rid of that. Anyway, the movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a unique take on the world of vampires. Yo, I wrote this, and I'm already like, who the wrote this? Oh, I can cuss? I'm on Twitch, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, you gotta get going? I have to get going. I'll watch the review when it's released, though. Alright, Ben, chat with you later. I'm basically done. I'm just proofreading it and seeing how dumb I talk. The movie ties the story together with themes of dependency and abusive relationships, and that was a unique take on the world of vampires. I don't know, it feels pretentious talking about it like that. Overall, the movie was super funny. Ben Schwartz and Awkwafina killed it in their roles, and I wanted to see more of their characters. The action scenes were graphic and gory with Mortal Kombat-style kills and some quick editing that will leave your head spinning. If you're a fan of you should go see this movie if you're a fan of vampire movies or Nicolas Cage. I'm going to say this is a good time, no texting required. I'm going to give Renfield 7.5 pints of blood out of 10. So what did you think of Renfield? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you even see it? What's your favorite vampire movie? And if you say Twilight, I'm going to find you, kick your door down, and make you binge watch all the movies with me. For more news and movie reviews, check out our thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie. And for everything else, you're already in the right place. CPG. Alright, folks. That was it. Thanks for hanging out. I kept you guys here for an hour. I love you. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in that review. And everybody that left a chat. We got Stargirl and Ben. Appreciate you too. Thanks so much. Okay, love you. Bye.